full and cheesy floating through space. That's right, cheesy, a large hunk of Swiss cheese with all those little holes in it, me hearties, and oh goodness me, there'll be someone peeking out. We better open the airlock and pull this cheese in. I'll have a nibble. Arr! Welcome aboard, big tasty cheese, and oh my goodness me, can it be Hannah Chandler? Welcome aboard SpaceStationKiwi, me hearty.
Hello!
How are you? What are you, my goodness me, floating around on a big hunk of cheese all the way up here in space, you scallywag. All the goodness gracious me. Now, kids, you might be wondering, who is this person? Why are they floating around in space? But Hannah has written a book. An awesome book called I Don't Like Cheese. And for the record, Hannah, how old are you, scallywag?
I'm 12 at the moment.
12. And you were 11 when you wrote I Don't Like Cheese.
Yes, I was.
That is so awesome. And it's actually been published, me hearties, by the wonderful people at Exile Publishing. So, my goodness me, do you like cheese?
I love cheese.
Yeah? What's your favourite type, you scallywag?
My favourite type is brie.
Brie, yum 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 yum. Did you know? Have you ever wondered Did you know what happened after an explosion at a French cheese factory, Hannah?
No.
Well, all that was left was debris. I better not give up me day job. Anyway, so you've written this wonderful book about a fussy little mouse who doesn't like cheese. Now, I thought all mice like cheese.
Well, most mice do, except for Mike the mouse, who believes he doesn't.
I see, but he's kind of lucky because he's got a friend, Ashley.
Yes, he does, and she likes to bring him foreign cuisines.
Delicious treats like tacos and pizza and all sorts of things like that. But hang on, haven't a lot of those got cheese in them?
Yes, they do.
Oh, I see.
Doesn't realise.
He doesn't realise. No, it's a delightful book, and it's been beautifully illustrated as well. Do you think anyone who reads your awesome book might feel like trying some foods that they previously didn't like, perhaps?
Well, that was my goal when I wrote it, that everyone would like to try some new things after they've read it.
Oh, I see. Was it hard writing the story?
No, actually, it only took 45 minutes.
Get out of town. 45 minutes?
No joke, I wrote it in 45 minutes.
Oh my goodness me. Most people in this world can spend an entire lifetime trying to write stories and failing dismally. And you've cheesed one out in 45 minutes. Scallywag.
Yeah, well, it did take me a while to come up with an idea, admittedly.
Were you having a bit of a munch on some brie at the time, I wonder?
Yes, I was actually, when I came up with my idea.
You don't have any mouse holes in your kitchen, I assume?
Not as far as I'm aware of.
I see. So it's not you haven't had a little mouse that you've been feeding taste treats to like Ashley in the book?
No, I've never had that experience.
I see. Are you going to, may we ask, are you going to be writing many more stories? Is this the first of many?
I would love to write some more stories. I have lots of ideas, and I've just got to put pen to paper.
I see. If to put pen to paper, coming up with the idea being difficult, what advice would you have for all the scallywags over here who think, hang on, she's 11, now 12, she's written this amazing story in 45 minutes, I could do this too. What advice would you have for all the kids out there who might be inspired to have a go, me hearty?
That to keep at it, and to really, if that's really what you want to do, then just keep trying, and something good will come out of it eventually.
Excellent. At the very least, a good excuse to munch on cheese and biscuits or crackers. Yum 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 yum. What's your favourite way to eat cheese, may I ask?
With some biscuits of an afternoon.
Delicious indeed, me hearty. Now you're up here in space, looking over at the moon. Have you ever wanted to eat a bit of the moon? Because they do say it's made of cheese.
I think as a little kid I did. I would really like to eat cheese, like from the moon, but I don't know if I would want to eat it now.
Yes, it doesn't look quite so appetising from up here in space, does it, me hearty? Now, may I ask an enormous favour?
Yes, you may.
Awesome. A, can I have a nibble on this enormous bit of cheese that you've arrived in? And while I'm nibbling, can I get you to read your amazing story to us, please?
Yes, of course.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, presenting the awesome, the inspirational and not too cheesy, Hannah Chandler, all the way from Australia. What part of Australia are you from, by the way?
I'm from Newcastle in New South Wales.
Awesome. And you go to Cardiff South Primary School, yeah?
I do.
Awesome. And your principal's a scallywag, yeah?
You could say that.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Anyway, presenting Hannah to read her gorgeous, amazing story, I Don't Like Cheese.
Okay, I don't like cheese. This house is home to the Walker family, but they're not the only family who lives here. In the dining room, there's a mouse hole, and in that mouse hole lives Mike and his mum. Mike wasn't always like other mice. He didn't like cheese. It didn't matter what type of cheese his mum gave him, Mike refused to eat it. Instead of trying cheese, each night Mike sat patiently and waited for the little girl of the house, Ashley, to bring him something yummy for dinner. Ashley always left him a little something to show which country the food came from. On Monday nights, Ashley brought him a meat pie with a good squirt of tomato sauce and lamingtons for dessert. Ashley also brought him a little claw cat to represent Australia. On Tuesday nights, Mike tucked into tacos, and Ashley gave Mike a sombrero to show that tacos are Mexican. On Wednesday nights, Mike enjoyed some sushi and wore a cute little blue kimono from Japan. On Thursdays, it was pizza night. Pizza night was Mike's favourite because he got gelato for dessert. A little Italian flag showed that pizza and gelato are both Italian. On Fridays, Ashley served Mike croissants and delicious creme brulee for dessert, with a little French beret for him to wear. But one particular Friday, there was also a note on the tray for Mike. To my little mouse friend, my family and I are going on a holiday tomorrow. Unfortunately, I will not be able to leave you dinner. I'm very sorry. Love, Ashley. Mike refused to eat anything that Saturday, and pretty soon his little tummy started to grumble. So, on Sunday, Mike couldn't take it anymore. His mum made him a delicious cheese platter. To his surprise, he loved it, especially the fancy cheeses like brie and camembert. Suddenly, Mike realized that quite a bit of the food Ashley gave him was made with cheese. So, perhaps he did like cheese after all. In fact, it seemed he liked most food. So, Mike decided that from then on, he would eat the cheese his mum gave him, but still enjoy the occasional treat from Ashley too. The end.
Oh my goodness me, Hannah Mihari, that was absolutely awesome, as is this rather tasty cheese that I'm munching on as we speak. Wow, what a wonderful story, and you read that so beautifully, Mihari. I'm absolutely blown away, as I'm sure all me listeners were. Well done to you. Now, just out of curiosity, out of all those delicious foods in the story, from the tacos, the croissants, and the creme brulees, and the pizzas, and the sushi, what's your favourite food out of all those?
Probably tacos, because I'm a very big fan of Mexican cuisine.
Num 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 num. Delissimo indeed. Makes me want to go and have a taco right now. Oh, taco and home or something like that. So, wow, that's absolutely fantastic. Hey, wow, I can't believe it. Do you know what? You read that so well. I don't know if I want to feed you to the sharks. I'm enjoying this cheese too much. I think I might actually be a nice pirate for once in my life. It doesn't happen often. But rather than throwing you out the airlock and feeding you to all those cheese gobbling sharks waiting and circling down below, I might be nice and actually teleport you gently and nicely back to your own house. How does that sound?
That would be so fantastic.
Okie dokie, me hearty. Well, I'll do that. I'm feeling very, very generous after all this delicious cheese and such a wonderful story. Hannah Chandler, thank you very much for sharing your story with us here on Space Station Kiwi, me hearty. And I look forward to reading more of your books. And actually, I'm going to give away a copy of your book. What do you think? What do you think would be a nice question that we could get kids to have to answer if they want to win I Don't Like Cheese, written by you? Should we get them to a question about maybe some of the foods that were talked about in the story, perhaps?